Hi there, stamping friends. It's Marilyn, Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you on this Thursday, May the 5th. I'm happy to be sharing a card with you again tonight and a few other things that are happening in my Stampin' Up world. So I'd like to welcome you. If you have never been here with me before, I usually go over a few things to share with me and Stampin' Up first, and then I'll do a project, and then at the end of it I will draw from last week's comments to send the card to someone who has won it. And throughout that, I hope that you'll chat with each other. We've made a great community of friends here. We have people from all across Canada, some from the US, and I love joining you each week. So I hope you enjoy it as well. And obviously you keep coming back, so you must. So hello Deb, hello Kathleen, Karen, see your names going by. So I'm not going to try and keep track of all of them as we go, but trust me, I will go back and read them all afterwards. So please comment. If you just are here watching and don't comment, I don't know you've been here. So really appreciate your comments. So please continue to do that. Chat with each other as well, because a lot of you have been here for a number of weeks and enjoy visiting with each other. And that's what it's all about, is have fun and just enjoy time together. So as we are getting ready to do that, I usually have a question for you and a couple of comments. I'm going to go over, of course, my classes that I host each month. I have a monthly card club. I have a monthly Christmas card club. Usually I have a Stamp-A-Stack of cards as well, one day during the week, during the month. And every Friday, except for tomorrow, I do a Zoom with Friends class where we have people join from all over, and some of the ladies do volunteer to teach the class, which is great. We all have different ideas of what is something we'd like to learn and share, and I love it. It just turns out great. It's all on Zoom, so you don't have to be on Facebook. You join us on Zoom, and we just have a great time doing it. So let me know if you want to be part of that. I always send out an email, and that's how you get the instructions for what we're going to do. What else is happening? More stuff on my desk I'm going to tell you about there. But the reason we're not having a Zoom tomorrow is that we have been busy getting ready for Stamping Staycation. Registration ended today at noon, and we have a number of you on here are joining us, which is great. And maybe next time more of you will. But we have a session tomorrow night for roughly an hour, and then on Saturday we do presentations. There's 3 of us, Lily and Joanne and I. We do 2 presentations each, we have tip videos, and we just have a great time, and we're almost ready, so we're excited to be able to see you doing that. So as I turn you down, I'm going to ask your question. The question of the day, of the night, is that Mother's Day is coming on Sunday. Do you have traditions that you do for Mother's Day? Whether your mother is still here, whether you're the mother in the group now or whatever, but just let us share with everyone what happens for Mother's Day for you. Okay, so let me find my button here to turn the camera, and slowly, so I don't make you dizzy, going to lower it a bit so you can see my desktop there. Going to check that you are, although you must be, I must be in the right place because I keep seeing names come by, so that's great. So my host code, if you do not have a demonstrator, you live in Canada and would like to purchase from me, please use that code if your order is under $200. This week has been exciting. Our new catalog went live, and we can now purchase anything from here, and I can share whatever's inside with you now. So lots of that will be happening in the coming weeks. But tonight I am going to return to doing a project from the mini catalog that we have. That is this one. Okay, somewhere is the front of it so I can show you. My goodness. This catalog is good until the end of June, even though our annual catalog has now just flipped over. Busy, busy time of year. I personally am sad when this time of year comes along, and happy, because I end up having to pull all my retired stamp sets and don't want to use them again. And it's sad because some of them were really, really special. Some I do keep, others I will sell. But then happy because I get to see all the new stuff that comes in. So I'm sure you're like that as well. So just a couple pointers on what's happening with Stampin' Up. They have introduced a special for signing up as a demonstrator. You don't have to do anything else. All you do is, if you want to join, that's great. You do not have to do anything afterwards. This is the information. You get in color items. You will get, and this paper is kind of hard to read, but some grid paper, some cardstock, all 5 of the in color stamp pads, which are gorgeous, gorgeous colors, and some designer paper. So a great deal for the month of May. You still only pay $135 and you get $256.25 in product. So great deal. I'd love to chat with you about it. If you have any questions, be sure and reach out to me. And the other thing that happened, this bundle, which I've shown you a number of times before, was only supposed to go till May 2nd. They had issues with supplying the markers or the blends. Therefore, they have extended this bundle for the month of May as well. So for that, you get the stamp set, the dies that cut out like this, and there is black and white 6x6 paper. So another great deal that is still available if you're interested in that. So I'm sure lots of you on here are demonstrators. If there's any questions that I don't catch and answer right away, I know that others will help you. And that's what it's all about, is a great community for sharing and caring together. So good to see you all. Let me bring in what I'm going to make tonight. I did have one gal, and I don't know if you're on here, Gail, but I had one gal ask what I was going to use because she was going to make it with me. So hopefully you are here. And if not, you'll come back and watch later and make the card and share it with us. This is the set I'm going to use. It is page 11 of this catalog, Bouquet of Love Hybrid Embossing Folder. So it's an embossing folder, dies, and a stamp set, all as one. And like I say, that's still available until the end of June. But I had a friend share this card with me, and I do have all of the set. So I thought, what a great thing to do, especially with Mother's Day greeting. I could also see it become happy birthday, congratulations. Even a wedding card would look great like this. So you can see the embossing. Just die cut some of the new designer paper and put a bit of color with it. And it's a gorgeous card. So tonight I have ready, the stamp set did not have the Happy Mother's Day, but it's a great stamp set. This I'll just show you because I have some pieces in here. What it looks different when it's on foil paper. I've got various hearts, don't want to throw them out because I might use them. With stripes, I've got it with just on blue and with red. Red and white is great together. I love that color combination, the red and the white. And I can see the white being used for, definitely for wedding cards, as well as like I did there with that one. So unfortunately, like I say, it had no Mother's Day in that, but that is the set that goes with it. And this is where the Mother's Day comes from, is the Daffodil Daydream set. So I have that. Tonight I'm going to make one with the Sweet Sorbet, one of the new colors. So I have pre-done some of it, just to, in the essence of time. But as usual, I have my 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock that I will fold and burnish. So that is my base. Then, because I am using the new colors, I'm going to have my cardstock. And you can see there's a piece missing because I already took this. This is the die set that goes with that. And there's a large one with the red So these flowers and this green, I did have the green cut out as well. It may be here somewhere. And then the heart is what I use to cut out the heart from here. And you'll notice, if you look closely at it, the dots are on the piece that's left here, not on the piece that I cut out. But it will still work. So a great die set, it's only nine pieces, but lots of variety as to what we can do with that. This white is my layer. No, I think I've got one. Nope. Ah, it's here. I was going to say, I'm sure that I already did one to save you that. Pressure of watching me try to do it. But it is a 3D folder. So therefore you can see it's a little bit thicker. So you do have to put it through the large Stampin' Cut and die machine, but it comes out gorgeous. You put it through and there is your imprint of the heart. And you then could, if you wanted to, die cut that out, because that heart fits perfectly. That's why it's made as a set like that. So I have done that, and that's why I cut that out of there, because it's going to cover it and it's not going to show. I'm going to mount that on there. I have this just to give it a bit of color on the inside. And that technique, I think I saw Karen Garner's name on here. She was the one that started us doing that kind of thing. You know, monkey see, monkey do. We like to follow each other with that. So the paper I'm using tonight, this paper is the Hues of Happiness paper in the new catalog. This one I'm using tonight is from the Tea Boutique. And so many different colors there. I didn't know what to pick, but this is the one I picked. You could have used almost anything, and just take the heart and lay it wherever you want to cut it out, and it turns out great. So that's a great package to get of designer paper. There are 48 6x6 sheets, and as we've discovered over the years, with designer paper, you can make a lot of cards with just a little bit of paper. So to finish up, I still didn't find my green piece of leaf. Find it tomorrow when I clean up, right? Oh well. I will make sure that I can tuck it in afterwards if it doesn't show up here. So I'm going to stamp my Mother's Day greeting. And I always like to stamp before I cut, even when it's using a banner die cut. When it's a small stamp, you don't need to press hard, you don't need to push, just stamp. And one of the reasons for stamping before you cut as well is that you can then place your die around it and get it straight instead of trying to stamp straight in there. Another trick I was going to show you tonight with these new pads, sometimes they're really difficult to move. I have a candle, a well-used candle, and it happens to have points on it, which works really well to just polish up the lips of your ink pad. Give it a bit of wax like that, and it does slide much better. So just a hint for you there. So I am going to bring in my mini cut and emboss machine and cut this out. So what's been happening? What have you, like I say, I know most of you are demonstrators or definitely customers. What is one of your first things that you ended up getting from that new catalog? It is a gorgeous tool that we have. With the machine, we always get directions. And for die cutting, it's 1 and 2, so 1 and 2 of 2. And we found that with this machine, the smaller one, we don't want to line them up perfectly like that. You want to have them just a little bit offset so they go through better. And I think most of it you can see. I'm just going to, if I'm in the camera, lay my die on top of that greeting, and I am going to grab a post-it note just to hold it. I have seen in the new catalog that the large machine does have a magnetic plate available now. I don't have it. Have any of you ordered it and received it? I would, I got all the new cardstock colors and ink. So did I, Sharon. I love them. Love, love, love the new colors. So lots of combinations that work really well together. So there is my greeting for there. And don't panic if you have this happen. Can you see? Not very well. Just a minute. Put that one behind it. See how it does leave a mark? That is quite normal. And these plates can be replaced. There are supplies when they're in stock, and I think they are right now. This is another great die set that's in that new catalog called Stylish Shapes. They are squares, circles, and flags, for lack of a better description. But they've got two different embellished edges on them. So when you cut them out, you can see little dots here and kind of little lines on that one. So very versatile die set there. So let's put our card together. We have, so I'm seeing cardstock, die sets on your list. Yes, Kathleen, it I think is very versatile. The other thing we find, and I'd like to suggest you pay attention to when you're looking at the catalog, is the bundles are great at a 10% discount, but sometimes sorry, I'm trying to look while I'm chatting. Sometimes you might not need the stamp set. Maybe you've got stamps already or whatever, and it's worthwhile just getting the die and using the dies for cutting out different shapes and whatever. That Hues of Happiness set, the dies in it do cut out some of the flowers on the designer paper, so that's another bonus if you can get something like that. I like to use liquid glue on an embossed layer because it gets in the grooves. And Deb, he's the man bundle. That's one I do have the paper, but I haven't got the bundle. But I've seen so many great projects with it. And I do have a masculine card class coming up the end of the month. I don't know if the set would be here in time, but it's certainly worth looking at for it. So even like that, the card is quite nice, isn't it? If you were to do that. And the deckled dies, yes, Kathleen, I have those on my list too. They are always so many great things, and of course the list just keeps getting longer and longer. I guess that's why I get the demo discount. Great to be able to get a bit of a discount. So to put my heart on, I just try to line it up as best I can. And quite often I have to pick it up and look at it a little bit different to see if it's right. So then my little flower is going to go just behind here, and I used a glue dot to put that on. So if I find my, don't know what happened to my green leaf, but whoever gets this card, I will have a green leaf on it before you get it. So So I'm just going to attach that approximately the same. This sample was on the internet. You might have seen it by Sue Moore. She does beautiful cards. I love following her and seeing them. And she had done it. She didn't have the other layer behind it. She just had the white on white. And so if you're looking for something like that, check her Facebook page out. It is, like I say, lots of great samples there. Now, just a sec. Oh, I don't like where that is. I think that one I'm going to move over there. You see what, with this right under the heart, I didn't care for that. So it's going there. I will get the green leaf and put it on. And anyone get the Budgie Bird bundle? I don't know, Deb. Good question. I've seen some really cute ones with that little bird. Is that the one you're talking about? The bird with the punch? Some great samples coming about with that. So I like to put a bit of color on the inside of my cards, and more often than not on the envelopes. Don't have one of those handy tonight, but that is our card. So just to show you, you can do it in any color. Again, Stampin' Up! Designer paper has so many beautiful colors that as long as you can, you know, kind of match it up to that. Or if not, the white on white works really well. I'm still looking for my green leaf. Oh well. One of those things, you know. So, any other questions, concerns, be sure and pop them in there, or let me know. If there's a technique or a sample that you would like me to work on, please let me know. I'm always looking for ideas. I have a few show and tell for you, and I'm going to, of course, draw for last week's card that we made. This was what we did last week, the alcohol on the back with those blends that are now available yet, and some embossing. So hopefully you've tried it, or at least considered trying it. And I love it if you share what you do on our Facebook group here. It would be great. So my show and tell cards. This is from Lori, and she has taken that. It's a die that's in the mini catalog. Cut out designer paper with it. What a neat idea. And then put the little deer on it with hello there. So thank you, Lori. I'm in a couple of swaps, and that's where that one came from. This is one of the new ones with the, all I can say, the blue set. Can't remember the name. Some of you can probably look it up faster than I can remember it. But it's got the fern embossing. It's got die cuts. It's got paper that is different designs through it. So it's not one that's easy to cut up and show you. And I will do more of a catalog look through as to what I've got. Maybe one day next week. For envelopes, I saw someone emboss the flap of the envelope. Yes, I have done that, Gail. And it, depending on the folder, of course, because you do have to fold it over to get it to run through the die machine. So it sometimes is kind of tricky, but it does end up making a beautiful envelope. Nature's Prints. Thank you, Karen. That would be a set that I'm going to use lots. And I am planning some classes. One of them will be with the Hues of Happiness. One will be with this set. And there was a third one that I had. Oh, the Bottle Happiness. Not Hues of, yeah, Hues of Happiness too. Another one from, again, that mini catalog. There is a die that cuts this out, and you'll notice this is cut in white, and then the white squares put in here, and vice versa. Isn't that a neat effect? Really neat effect. That's from Karen. Thank you. Another one of our swaps from Kendra. And this one, do you recognize this? This is done with one of the Paper Pumpkin sets. Beautiful card, and hardly any well, stamping, I guess, for the word, but no extra die cutting or anything because it's already cut for you. You just put it all together. Love it. And this one is showing that braided fold. I guess it's called a braided fold, but kind of a neat technique. I have found the plans for that one, so I may be doing that one before too long just to show you. So if you're interested in any of those or anything else, please let me know. And I think that's all I have to share with you. So let me go to, see if I can find the right place where I put my wheel of names. And this program has changed, just like Facebook changes quite often. And oh, I think it's got the right names in it. I was going to say, most of these I do recognize as being you guys. So here we go. Would love to see how to do the braided fold. Okay, I will see what I can do about that, Peggy. I love having ideas, so thank you. Let's spin the wheel. And the winner is Carolyn H. Now, isn't that, see, I told you it changed. Look at how it shows it now instead of the big across the front. Anyway, Carolyn H., if you can message me your mailing address, I will send that card in the mail to you. I love sharing my cards and my projects with you. And I hope that for those of you who registered for staycation, really looking forward to seeing all of you in the next couple days. And the rest of you, I will look forward to seeing you somewhere along the way and definitely next week. Thanks for joining me. Take care.